Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We start with Pedri Gonzalez, as it has been reported that Pedri will wear Iniesta's legendary number 8 shirt for Barca next season. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Jules Kounde, it has been reported that Sevilla are getting desperate to sell the Barcelona-linked defender, and they are claiming that a farewell video has already been prepared. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please make sure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. There are 4 jersey numbers that are considered sacred at Barcelona. The first one is obviously number 10, done by the likes of Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Maradona, and of course Lionel Messi. Carlos Puyol made number 5 iconic, and the legacy was carried forward by Sergio Busquets. The number 6 was worn by Xavi Hernandez himself, and for a season, Dani Alves, who also took over Andres Iniesta's legendary number 8 during 2021-22 campaign. While most of these are in other hands now, number 8 is free to be taken up next season. According to Gerard Romero, Pedri will wear the jersey next season. Dani Alves left the club on a free transfer after completing his short-term contract. He has previously talked about giving up the number 8 jersey for Pedri. He said the other time, I read in an interview that he said he liked the number 8, and I spoke to the people at the club that next season, if he wants it, he can take it. If I stay, of course, if I leave, he can take it straight away, he said back in April. Dani Alves continued by saying, if he wants it, it's his. But there is only one mission. We have to defend it well, because this shirt has been worn by great people, very special people, especially for me, like Iniesta or Histo. There are people who have done a lot for this club, Alves added. So it is hard to escape that Pedri Iniesta comparisons, especially after the youngsters last season. Should he take up the legendary midfielder's number, the pressure on his shoulders is bound to increase, right? Can he live up to the Don's legacy? I definitely think so. Pedri can live up to it. Pedri is a phenomenal player. Pedri have always been drawing comparisons with legendary Andres Iniesta for the way they play and the way they have the same kind of gesture. I mean, the way they do their things. And Pedri have been appreciated by nearly everybody. Whether you are a Barcelona fan or you're not a Barca fan, you must just say Pedri is phenomenal. So it's no surprise that Pedri will be the one donning the number 8 jersey, formerly worn by legend Andres Iniesta. Of course, Dani Alves was the one wearing that jersey last season, and as Dani Alves is set to leave Barcelona, Pedri will be the one to take over. Even if Dani Alves could have stayed, because some months back, Dani Alves opened up by saying that he have been hearing interest from Pedri to wear the number 8 shirt, and he's open to giving Pedri. If Pedri wants it, he will give him, because Pedri deserves to wear it. Definitely, we know, yes, that might come with pressure, because people will be expecting him to be like the Iniesta of old, and definitely I believe he will live up to the pressure, because what that kid have been doing in the last 2 seasons is wonderful. Last season, Pedri had injury for most part of the season, but he just played 22 games, roughly 22 games in all competitions, but he still managed to win the MVP player for Barca. He was voted the best player for Barcelona. That speaks a lot. So just imagine Pedri coming in, being fit throughout this season. Just imagine what we should expect from Pedri, because the kid does not look as that kind of person that he might leave injury and come back and you see his form declining. Last season, after injury, he still came an immediate impact on the team. So we hope that he should come back stronger. All these days he have been training with the team for pre-season, so we hope that he comes back even more better, stronger, injury-free, and we continue to march to achieving our dreams as a club. Then on to the next story of discussion. Sevilla have endured a difficult transfer window so far in light of their financial woes. They have had to part ways with Diego Carlos earlier in the summer, with the defender joining Aston Villa on a permanent deal. The Spanish Giants are further facing the risk of losing Jules Kounde. The Frenchman has become a target for the majority of top clubs across Europe, including FC Barcelona. Although Sevilla ideally want to keep hold of Kounde for the foreseeable future, their economic situation means the club are open to sanctioning the sale of their prized defender should they receive any reasonable offer. Along with Barcelona, Chelsea have been involved in the race to sign Kounde, while Bayern Munich have also entered the equation lately. According to Fernando Serrano, Sevilla too are now growing desperate to sell Kounde as they look for a financial injection that will help them plan for season ahead. Sevilla are yet to buy a single player this summer, and that must change soon. As such, Sevilla intend to close out the sale of Jules Kounde this week. They have even prepared a farewell video for not only Kounde but also for Nemanja Jude, Youssef El-Nesyri and Mouni El Hazavi. The tweet from Serrano, however, suggests Kounde's future is tied on the fate of Matej Delic, which indicates Chelsea are in pole position to sign the Frenchman. The Blues have been targeting both the centre-backs this summer, although the elite is certainly the priority target for Chelsea. Barcelona will hope Chelsea get their man in the form of Matej Delic, which should pave the way for them to remain in contention for Kounde. But with Bayern seemingly emerging as the favourite to sign the Dutchman, it appears Chelsea and Barca could lock horns for a fierce battle for the services of Jules Kounde this summer. Jules Kounde remains a hot target not only for Barca but for many other top clubs across Europe, particularly Chelsea and Bayern. So as it stands right now, Sevilla are desperate to sell, very desperate. We know Sevilla themselves, they have a lot of issues when it comes to financial fair play. They have a lot of financial woes like Barcelona, and they are very desperate to sell Kounde, but they don't know which club will buy him. But they want to wrap up his sale by a week's time from what we are getting. So I think Barca should do fast. I don't know. I think Barca are slow somehow. They need to act fast because Chelsea can still be leading that race, because we know Chelsea, this is why I've been going for Matej Delic of Juventus, but what we are getting is Bayern Munich are strongly into Matej Delic as well, so things could get more complicated, right? Because if Chelsea leave the purchase of Matej Delic, they will come back strongly for Kounde, so Barca need to act. I think Barca have been too sluggish when it comes to Jules Kounde. There's been a lot of talking without action, a lot of talking, and that should not be the case, especially as Kounde is not only attracted to many other clubs. So let's not think that we are the ones that, because the way Barca are acting is as if they are confident that they will get him, because there are clubs that are eyeing him and we can't even match them financially. So that is why Barca need to act on their interest as soon as possible. We don't have time on our side. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.